Hey folks, this is Lawrence. This is the first episode of Fellowship of the Father. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. And then the hard times create strong men. So this is probably a concept that you'll understand and be able to get your mind around pretty quickly. And so the Bible talks about being self-controlled and alert because your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a lion waiting for something to consume, looking for something to consume. So when I look at the scriptures, and a lot of people might have a philosophy of why we do what we do as Christians per se, and they might come up with the conclusion is we're supposed to be making more Christians, which to that I would have to say, if the Christians are not being strong, if they're not being spiritual, if they're not creating security, if they're not being moral, if they're being weak, then what is the point of making more Christians? So I think there's more to it than just populating the world full of a religious um, membership. So what I would say is, when we go back to that example of strong men create good times, which ultimately creates weak men, is we are told to be vigilant. So we're told to do something different than what everyone else is doing, or what everyone else is doing is getting comfortable, fat, lazy, and in a lot of trouble. So look at the divorce rate. Current divorce rate is at least 50%, if not more. We're teaching our spouses that they can be different than what they were in previous generations and still get the same husbands that prior generations got. And we're ending up with an incredibly high divorce rate that's through the roof, mostly initiated by the females, which is fine. It's all, we live in a world full of law, so abide by the law, no problem. How do you fix the problem? You're supposed to focus on the problem for 5% of the time, spend 95% of the time fixing the problem. So here's the fix, folks. In your vigilance, once you see the pattern, once you see you're starting to get a little thick around the waistline, figure out what you're going to do to diet or to work out more or whatever it is that you got to do to pull it in. I think one of the problems that we're having with, say, a Christian church is that ultimately we're being told that you're a sinful wretch, and really Jesus is just going to go ahead and pay that off for you, that you're this mess. There's no real participation on your part to make something different, which what I would say to that is it don't work that way, right? It's not how it works. Was it First John talks about the Logos, and through the years somehow the Logos has become the Bible. Somehow people have equated that the Logos is about the Word of God, which is supposedly the Bible, right? So it's all equates to the Logos is the Word or the Bible. And when I look into it, it seems like actually the word Logos means the knowing of the all, the understanding of your environment, truth, right? So if you're not into that, that's something that's not mandatory, I guess. However, while you can't avoid the truth, you can't avoid the ramifications of ignoring the truth, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's what I had on my mind today. Strong men create good times, but good times create weak men. So hey, don't spend so much time in your comfort. Don't spend so much time in the celebration. We're currently in a time where things are literally collapsing. We could do something different and change it. I know I plan to. Whether or not anyone comes with me, that's regardless, but I don't know. Hopefully that inspires you for the day. Let's just do this thing. It's just quit the excuses, quit the weakness. Your weakness is your strength only if you understand that you're weak and you need to get strong. That's it. That's the parable right there. It's not, your weakness is not making you strong. You need to become strong when you see your weakness. Anyway, hopefully that strikes a nerve with you, and hopefully you'll stick around for the next videos. And hopefully there's one showing up on your screen right now. Like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully that was a bit of an epiphany for you. If not, have a great day anyway. Talk to you soon.